Regional planning takes geography to a completely different level altogether because it is one of those subjects, is one of those topics that is generally associated with policy intervention and equipping the candidate with an idea, with a view, how is it that they can actually contribute to defining a policy, making a policy, and to what extent they can go on to have, and they can go on to have a solution oriented thinking, a complete solution oriented thinking. Now, regional planning has two sections. So one of them is going to be in the first paper, and the second is going to be in the second paper. So first paper, of course, is theoretical. That is, what is the region? How is it that the regions are going to be planned? How is it that the planning of the regions will go on to take shape? And to what extent it is that the methodology is going to be used in the planning of the regions, etc. That is going to be one component that is in the first paper. The second paper is going to be all about how is it that regional planning has taken shape in India, and of course it has been by and large very recent. It has been not too long. This is largely because, of course, of the so-called Nehruvian model responsible for the destruction of the economy, the country, the people, the psyche, the civilization, the culture, everything has been completely destroyed, and that too very, very well thought of, very deliberate, has been this destruction that has been sown in it. Of course, when you know it much better that why exactly was it done and for whom it was done. And for anyone that it was done, you go on to see their rivals are still floating around in the form of Raga, Baga, Dhaga, and so on and so forth. So, that has been one. So regional planning was not allowed to take shape. Regional planning at a local level were also not allowed to take place, but that is part of it. When you study regional planning, you will come to know of it. That's one. Second is you will come to understand the methods of regional planning, what exactly happened in 5-year plans. And there were a lot of things that were shaped up in the 5-year plans as well. The third had been associated with something else. And that means that is the forms of regional planning. That means two forms: command area development program, hill area development program, desert development program, town development program, then then irrigated area development program. So how is it that different type of development has been taken place and development had been planned? Drought prone area program, desert development program, hill area development program, all mean that specific problems were picked up and the solution to these specific problems were enunciated. It is this solution oriented thinking that has made regional planning what it is. So of the two components, the first component is actually very comprehensive. It's pretty well thought of. That's going to be one. The second part is the application part, which is going to be associated with what is happening in India, what are the problems associated with it. Is it that the regional planning also goes on to be comprising of certain things like multi-level planning, that is planning at different levels and different regions, or is it that it is going to be completely ad hoc type? And so on. Maybe that you can go to feel that it is completely ad hoc, or it has to be, or it looks like so. You may go on to be very, very critical of the government as well, despite the fact that you may not go to know anything about how is it that the government decides to plan. The government actually plans it as well. And of course, if you are under a colonial mindset and a jihadi mindset, you will say that this is not correct, this is not correct. The Prime Minister is not doing this, the correct is not going to be doing that. Now, that poor person has been advised by no less than a group of 1,200, 1,300 bureaucrats, like what you are going to be in 3 or 4 years of a time. How is it that it's going to be taking a decision alone in this case? And they are the one who are going to make it. It's a different matter that you can blame it in such a manner. This is how exactly narratives are set up. Narratives are set up in manner where every right looks wrong, every wrong looks right. That is the way the narratives are set up in this case as well. That is what regional planning is going to be about. And the questions that are going to be asked in regional planning, they will be the most amazing questions in the sense that a good number of them can go on to be completely outside the sphere. A good number of them can go on to be completely outside the purview, sphere, and so on. That is, and the questions will go on to be ranging from of course, because it is going to be an amalgamation of everything that geography has been. It is an amalgamation of the physical aspects of geography. It is physical aspects, resources, agriculture, industry, transportation, settlement, political aspects, disasters, contemporary issues, what not, everything combined into it. And that's the basic reason that it requires a complete knowledge. It's a knowledge filled section, and it's a complete knowledge filled section. And because it's a knowledge filled section, that's why it requires a study, both in the first paper for the purpose of the concept, where you know how is it that growth takes place, how is it that development takes place, and to what extent that development can go to spread out into the surface, and then you come to know about what are the methodology by way of which you can go to allow such type of development also to take place, and then you come on to several aspects of its discussion connected to or related to a variety of components which can go on to equip your mindset to deal with this topic. The answer to this question speaks a lot about your maturity. So even if it is that the answer is not qualitatively good, but you have attempted it and you are in position to attempt it, it speaks about the fact that you can think and you can actually work diligently as per it. That's the best part associated with it.
To have more such discussions and analysis, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications on our upcoming videos.